Hey everyone, and welcome to AMC Movie Talk for movie fans. I'm Chrisley Kennedy, and this is the show where we bring you the day's biggest movie news, and of course we give you insight into what it all means. Joining me, as always, is AMC Movie News Senior Editor, Mr. Jon Schnepp.
Greetings and salutations, everybody, from the wonderful land of AMC Studio B. It's so nice to have you here. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. And we also have the other side of my Jon sandwich, Mr. Jon Schnepp.
Yay!
Hey, what's going on? Good to be. I'm here at Studio B. What's going on?
All right, well, on Friday night, the internet almost exploded in a wave of shock, disbelief, and anger. Singer Justin Bieber took to his Instagram account to post this picture of himself holding up what appears to be a script for the upcoming Batman-Superman film. In the post, Bieber included the hashtag Robin. The speculation erupted immediately that WB was looking at Bieber to play Robin in the new film. But fear not, Bieber earlier had taken to his 44-plus million follower Twitter account to mention he was involved in an upcoming skit with the humor site Funny or Die. And since then, several outlets have confirmed the Instagram picture, while real, was just a joke. Jon, what do you think of Justin Bieber's Instagram prank on the world?
Absolutely brilliant. Look, whatever you think about Justin Bieber or anything like that, come on. This was brilliant, especially if it is indeed for a Funny or Die sort of thing. Because, man, I'm telling you, when that picture went up, and he's sitting there. Now, first, a lot of people thought, oh, that's Photoshop. It wasn't Photoshop. That was a real picture. That was Bieber himself taking that picture and officially put it on his official Instagram account, which I think is like the most active Instagram account in the world or something like that. So he has all these followers on it. And the response was immediate and swift. And Schnepp and I we started texting back and forth to each other immediately. Like, are you seeing this? It's like, what's going on? There were people, wanting to organize riots in the streets. I mean, the people texting me both on Twitter and on my Facebook were like, seriously, we need to take action. We need to go and protest WB. This is ridiculous and all this kind of stuff. Now, the first giveaway, and look, I put it up in my Facebook post and I said, look, this is a real picture. It's not fake. But don't take it too seriously, folks. This is probably Bieber just pulling a joke with everybody. Number one, WB isn't going to be stupid enough to have a Robin in their movie. Secondly, they wouldn't put Justin Bieber in it. They just wouldn't. This is funny. I said, like if it's not a joke, I said, maybe it's just Bieber showing off the fact that he's got so much pull that he was able to get a copy of the early script to read or something like that. But I said, trust me, he's not in it. So this is fake. It's a joke. And I'm going to tell you something. I think it's hilarious. I think Bieber, he trolled the internet huge. And it worked. It got everybody talking and everybody angry. And it's got his fans excited. It was brilliant and funny. I think if you don't think it was funny, you don't have much of a sense of humor. I think it was funny what he did. Schnepp, your thoughts when you saw this whole thing breaking down?
It made me laugh. I mean, I did not take it seriously for a second. But especially the giveaway is the script says The Dark Knight Falls, which is the fourth book, and I think they were. I'm guessing that the sketch that they did is Bieber is playing the female Robin, which is Carrie, because his hair kind of looks like that's foofy.
It does look like Carrie, doesn't it?
So check out the Dark Knight Falls. I think that's probably what the sketch is going to be, and Bieber should be the new host of Punk'd. Because he just punked the globe, So very funny bit.
Yeah,
it's the second time he punked the world too. He did it a year or two ago when he said his laptop was stolen and his music got released early. So it's the second time he's done this. But it's funny. I got the picture texted to me, and I almost instantly texted you, and I'm like, no, he'll kill me because it can't be real. One of the largest and most important film festivals in the world, the Toronto International Film Festival, has drawn to a close, and the official top prize for the festival has been announced. The new film, 12 Years a Slave, has been named the winner of the 2013 Blackberry People's Choice Award winner at the festival. Steve McQueen's third film, which stars Chiwetel Ejiofor as Solomon Northup, a free black man who is tricked into becoming a slave, had its world premiere at TIFF, where it received almost unanimous critical acclaim and a standing ovation at its premiere. Previous winners in the category include Danny Boyle's Slumdog Millionaire and Tom Hooper's The King's Speech, both which went on to win the Academy Award for Best Picture, while last year's winner, David O. Russell's Silver Linings Playbook, received multiple Oscar nominations. 12 Years a Slave opens in AMC theaters everywhere on October 13th. John, what do you think about 12 Years a Slave winning the top honor at the Toronto Film Festival?
I'm thrilled. And I'm thrilled, but take that with a grain of salt. I haven't seen the film yet because I'm not at the Toronto International Film Festival. But any of you who've been following us all year know that this is one of my most anticipated films of the year that I've been really super excited about. And for years, anybody who would listen, whenever I talk about the best actors working the business today, one of the names that will always come up in the top 10, and I've said this for years, is Chiwetel Ejiofor. This guy is a treasure. Now, I really first got truly turned on to him in Serenity, the movie version of Firefly. Because really, if you look at his villain, he is one of the best screen villains ever. Put him in the top 20. But one of the best screen villains ever in that little movie. He was so perfect in it. And then in every little thing we've seen him pop up in, he is always breathtaking in it. He's just a phenomenal talent. And it's so great seeing a film like this getting the type of attention it's getting now, and already everybody is buzzing that Chiwetel Ejiofor is going to be nominated for Best Actor at the Academy Awards. And it is so gratifying as a film fan, even though I haven't seen the film yet, so maybe I'll watch it and I think it sucks. But as a film fan, to see a guy who I've known is this talented for so many years finally getting the respect he is due. I cannot wait to see this. Apparently, Michael Fassbender's amazing in it. Apparently,
Paul
Brad
Giamatti.
Pitt. Brad Pitt's great in it. Paul Giamatti. Khan is in it. Benedict Cumberbatch is in it. Apparently, he's really great in it. So, I mean, it's so exciting to hear the response it is getting. I'm pumped for it, and I really hope that Ejiofor is as good in it as I think he will be. What do you think, Schnepp?
I can't wait to see this film. I mean, the trailer is up, so you can go on YouTube or just go to any of the normal trailer places that you see it and check the trailer out. It's fantastic, and it looks like it's going to be quite a moving piece. I wouldn't expect anything less from Steve McQueen.
Yeah.
You know, it's like his other two films have been, kind of like a smash in the face with a mallet.
Yeah, so, they've been powerful.
Yeah,
powerful movies.
And then here you have this film, which looks very emotionally draining and goes into the horror of what we experienced hundreds of years ago with slavery.
Yeah.
So
it's really good stuff. All right, folks, listen, we've come to that part of the show for buy and sell. Here's how this works. In front of her, Chris Lee has a few other items in the world of movie news. She's going to run them down, and then Schnepp and I are simply going to say whether we buy it or sell it. So, Chris Lee, what do we got?
It's being reported that Man of Steel and Boardwalk Empire star Michael Shannon has joined the upcoming film 99 Homes alongside Spider-Man star Andrew Garfield. The film, which tackles recent economic headlines, has Garfield playing a man facing foreclosure of his home who finds work with a real estate broker who took his house, played by Shannon. Shannon's character is profiting from Garfield's misfortune, and he uses him to try to embezzle money from the government. Schnepp, buy or sell Shannon joining 99 Homes?
Buy it. Michael Shannon is an incredible actor. I've been following his career since Face Off, where he played one of these prison and villains.
Yeah. I totally forgot he was in that.
He was a little bit chubbier back then. But man, the guy just carries some serious gravitas with him wherever he goes. So, and Andrew Garfield's a great actor too, so I'm looking forward to it.
I got to buy this too. Andrew Garfield is a guy whose praises I've been singing ever since The Social Network. When I said, forget Eisenberg, forget Justin Timberlake, the guy who's the heart and soul of that movie was Andrew Garfield. He's the one who gave it humanity. I love him as the new Spider-Man. I've liked him a lot. Michael Shannon is great. I've become a big fan of Boardwalk Empire, and he is one of the big reasons why. So seeing them work together, and the plot sounds pretty cool, so for me, it's a buy.
Woohoo. The upcoming live-action CGI hybrid movie Clifford the Big Red Dog has found its director. According to reports, Diary of a Wimpy Kid sequels Roderick Rules and Dog Days director David Bowers has signed on to helm the new film. Based on Norman Bridwell's children's book character, Clifford the Big Red Dog is planned to hit the big screen as a live-action CGI hybrid, much like the studio's previous film Hop. John, buy or sell a feature film of Clifford the Big Red Dog?
I gotta sell it. I mean, look, I'm looking forward to Paddington. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I thought Hop was pretty cute, but there's something about Clifford the Big Red Dog, a movie version. I know they're two very different things, but it really screams Marmaduke for me. I just get these terrible visions in my head of Marmaduke and how that terrible film turned out. So, I mean, and plus, I just don't know how you... logistically how you make this work, a Clifford the Big Red Dog. And are you going to make him talk? Because he's not supposed to talk. Now there was Marmaduke, which is one of the problems that I had with that film. So anyway, who knows? Maybe it'll be awesome, but for now I got to sell it. Schnepp?
I'm going to buy it with one caveat, that he is just all red and he's just a horrible surreal vision of nightmarish qualities throughout the entire movie. Like the main character, just like, it's like Marnie. Like, I don't know. I think Clifford's right around here.
Terrible.
Or not Marnie. I'm sorry, Marty is what I was trying to say.
No, kids love Clifford the Big Red Dog. I think it's going to be a hit.
I thought this was going to be like an adult, kind of like weird David Lynch Clifford the Big Red Dog. That's the only way I'm buying it.
For years now, there have been attempts to get a big screen film version of the popular book series Goosebumps. The scripts have gone through several iterations and now appear some movement on the project is happening, as it is being reported that actor Jack Black has signed on to star in the film. The Goosebumps series have sold more than 300 million copies worldwide, second only to the Harry Potter series in total sales. Schnepp, what do you think of Jack Black joining Goosebumps?
I think it's good. I mean, Jack Black is really fun. I mean, he's done a lot of great films, and I'm all for him adding his little spice and flair to the Goosebumps scenario.
I'm going to sell it, and partly because, not because I have any problem with Goosebumps, not because certainly I don't have any problems with Jack Black. This is too little too late. Goosebumps is a movie franchise that should have gone in production about 7 years ago or more. So regardless of the fact that it's Jack Black, whoever, this is an issue of too little too late. So for me, I got to sell it.
A few months ago, we reported that actress Julianne Moore was in negotiations to star in the future Hunger Games film as District 13 President Al McCoy, the leader of the rebellion against the Capitol. Now it appears it's official. Moore will star opposite Academy Award winner Jennifer Lawrence, Josh Hutcherson, and Liam Hemsworth in the third and fourth installments of the Hunger Games franchise, slated to hit AMC theaters in November 2014 and November 2015, respectively. John, what do you think of the casting of Julianne Moore as President Coin?
Buy, absolute buy. Like, we talked about this when the rumors first came up that she was talking about joining the film. She is one of... Look, we don't talk about her like this right now, but I think in 15, 20 years we will. Julianne Moore is one of the greatest actresses in the world today. She just really is. She has this ability to bring an X factor to every single project that she's in. One of the very few actors or actresses in the history of the Academy Awards to be nominated for 2 acting Academy Awards in the same year. She's just that versatile. She's that good. Now, the one hesitation that I have about her as Al McCoy is that when I read the books, I pictured Al McCoy being a lot older than Julianne Moore, but they can make her up to look older if they want, or maybe they're going to have a slightly different vision of her in the movies than they do in the book, and I'm totally cool with that as long as you keep the essence of who the character is. But adding a world-class talent like this to your film is always a good thing, so for me, it's a buy.
Yeah, it's a buy for me, too. I mean, from the Big Lebowski to Don John. I mean, she's a fantastic actress, and so I'm excited to see her portrayal of this character.
I completely agree on the age with Al McCoy, but I feel like with Hunger Games, the costuming and the makeup that they already give the characters that we know from the first movie, I think we'll see that, and it'll make her more believable to us as the book readers.
Well, listen, this will be a good time for me to remind everybody that we at AMC Movie Talk have an amazing contest right now, an amazing giveaway for those of you who are Hunger Game fans. We are giving away 2 tickets to the world premiere of the new Hunger Games film. And don't worry if you don't live in Los Angeles, because if you don't, we're going to fly you to LA, put you up in a hotel in Los Angeles, and you get to go to the world premiere of the Hunger Games. We're going to put a link in the show description of this episode down beneath the video where you can go and get all the information and how you can enter this giveaway. And for Hunger Game fans, this is going to be one of the best things you'll ever do in your life. So make sure you go over and enter that. Well, listen, one of the other films that's open in AMC theaters this weekend is the new Robert De Niro, Michelle Pfeiffer comedy, dramedy, whatever, The Family. Now, recently, this girl right here, our very own Chris Lee Kennedy, had a chance to go to New York and sit down with the stars of The Family, Robert De Niro and Michelle Pfeiffer. We want to share a little bit of that conversation with you right now.
First of all, congratulations on The Family. It's amazing and entertaining and funny and dark, and so many different emotions go through. Both of you have such celebrated careers in this industry, and both of you have done so many mobster movies. So what was it about The Family that made you want to do another one?
Well, he was involved, first of all, and then it's just really well written, and you're always just looking for any piece of material that's well written, and the characters were so unusual, and I loved this character, and I love this world. I always am. I don't get enough of it. I can't get enough of it. So, and I love Luc Besson. There were just a lot of reasons to do it.
Yeah, I mean, Luc had sent me the book, and then I read it, and we talked, and we've known each other a long time. So and then we hadn't worked together really, just on a little thing once, but nothing much. So then we were talking about. Then he sent me the script, and we talked about that, and we were trying to figure out who he was going to. He wrote it, and then based on the book, and then he was going to produce it, and we were talking about directors, and we went over a whole list and this and that, and then decided that he wanted to do it himself. So I was happy about that, because he hasn't done something directed in a few years, and that's it. So, and I wasn't disappointed at all. I just know that he would do a terrific job, and it was all good.
And what will AMC theater audiences love about The Family?
It's funny. It's really, really entertaining. Really entertaining. Audiences love it. And it's unusual. I think it's unexpected. I don't think, it's definitely not formulaic. So I think it's unexpected, and yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
Oh,
congratulations.
Yeah. The Family is playing right now in AMC theaters everywhere. Head on over to www.amctheaters.com for your theater, showtime, and movie ticket information. Awesome job, Chris Lee.
Thanks.
What was it like meeting Robert De Niro?
Amazing.
Isn't that pretty cool?
I can now die complete. It was amazing. It was the best day. Best day.
Awesome. Well, listen, folks, we've now come to that part of the show for Mailbag. Listen, if you've got a topic or a question you would like us to address on the show, you can email us anytime at amcmovietalk@gmail.com. Every day we take a little bit of time to answer a couple of your questions. Chris Lee's got a few messages pulled out of the mailbag. So, Chris Lee, what do we got?
Ryan Kirtley writes, "Hey AMC Movie Talk peoples, love the show. It gives me something to do while I'm at work avoiding responsibilities. Since you're usually really knowledgeable of superhero comic movies, my question is going to revolve around the X-Men series and the character of Nightcrawler. He's one of my favorite characters in X-Men and kicked major butt in X2, but then in X3 he was just gone. And unless I'm forgetting something, they never even mention why he wasn't there. It's as if they continued the series just ignoring a major character. It really bugged me, and now it looks like there's no Nightcrawler in X-Men Days of Future Past. So, where is he, and why did they get rid of him?"
Great question, actually, especially when you think about X-Men 2, right?
Right.
One of the best moments in any of the X-Men films, any of them, including First Class or anything, was that opening sequence of X-Men 2 with Nightcrawler assaulting the White House.
Yeah.
How awesome was that scene? That was incredible. And then X-Men 3 comes along. Wait, what right. Nightcrawler? Who's Nightcrawler? We've never heard of the dude. What? Right. And then they kind of hint at maybe a lineage of Nightcrawler. I'm not basing this on anything. With Azazel, right? Mm-hmm. A super cool character with all the powers of Nightcrawler, kind of the same appearance as Nightcrawler. So they maybe they'll get back into it. But then word came out like 6 months ago, or almost a year ago now, that there was not going to be Nightcrawler or Azazel, as it turns out, in X-Men Days of Future Past. So it's like, neither of these guys are going to be there. Why? Honestly, I have no idea why. The most I've ever heard was Alan Cumming was doing an interview. The guy who plays Nightcrawler was doing an interview, and he said, no, actually, they're shooting the movie while I'm busy shooting other stuff, but they never called anyway. So as far as I know, they had no plans to use the character. And I'm completely flabbergasted as to why. People loved that character in that movie. Visual effects wise, he offered huge possibilities for some really cool stuff. As a character, he's a very cool character. He's very different from any of the other X-Men characters. I thought he added a great dimension. There is nothing but upside to this guy. And so, forget the actor for a second, just having the character in the film. I don't know why they all of a sudden just abandoned him. They made him such a key component of that second film. And then all of a sudden, boom, gone. I don't get it. I don't know why they did it. I mean, logistically, it's not a problem. You can add or remove characters and just pretend they didn't exist. But why? When the character's that good? I don't know. Schnepp, am I over-romanticizing how good we all thought Nightcrawler was? Or what do you think of him?
I loved Nightcrawler in the second X-Men movie. My only guess is because there were just too many blue characters in the third movie. You had Beast.
That's true. Yeah,
you had Mystique. And they were like, look, we just have too many blue people. So we just gotta get rid of one of them.
No more
and Cummings is busy, so he's out. It was like, but seriously, I think, I've heard rumors of, fights on set, different things that I've heard. Nothing's official. So
right. Nothing that we can confirm.
Yeah. The bummer truth is Nightcrawler's not in these newer movies. So hopefully that'll get fixed. Maybe he'll be in X-Force. Who knows?
Yeah, and I also find it odd that I don't believe. Well, we're going to get the younger Beast. It's a shame we're not going to get the older Beast. I actually really like. Look, I've always said I think X-Men 3, while absolutely the weakest of the X-Men films, I believe it gets overly trashed a little bit, because I do believe there were some redeeming qualities about X-Men 3. Not enough to make me say it was a good movie, but one of the redeeming. I love Kelsey Grammer as Beast.
Yeah, he was great
as Hank McCoy. I really did. I thought I thought the action was good. The fight scenes were pretty good. But I really liked Hank McCoy, so I was a little bummed out to see that he wasn't going to be there. But you can only fit so much in. But Nightcrawler should be there, absolutely.
So sad.
So sad.
John Harville writes, "Hey guys, I absolutely love the show. Been hooked for a couple of months. Easiest hour of my workday. My question about Brandon Routh. I think he had a bad rap after Superman Returns. I thought he was great as Supes, and with the future of DC movies, do you think they could find another role for him? Flash, Green Lantern, Bizarro? Could we see him as someone other than Superman?"
No. No, not in the DC universe anyway. You've already used that actor. You can't go back and use him again. I mean, there's nothing stopping them if they wanted to. And I like Brandon Routh, actually, very much. I've liked him in everything. I liked him for his recurring character that he had in Chuck. I really liked him in Scott Pilgrim versus the World. And I loved him as Superman. I thought he was the true heir apparent to the Christopher Reeve style Superman. Actually, one of the criticisms that he always got was he was too much like Christopher Reeve. But if you were saying that was the continuation story of that Superman, he was the perfect guy for it. And I thought he did a great job. And unfortunately, I think he caught the blame for a lot of the complaints that people had about the movie as a whole, whereas I thought he was just a terrific Superman. I really, really do. But they've used him in that universe, even though this is a new Superman, and I don't think they'll go back to it. I hope he has a great career. I hope he gets more opportunities, because I think he's an ace talent. And I got to tell you this story. Back in the day, I used to run another movie website called The Movie Blog, which is kind of where I got my start in movie blogging. And we were talking about this one story that came out, this rumor that was going around that I heard was absolutely true. And that was that the executives at Warner Brothers, while looking at the dailies, for those of you who know what the dailies are, the execs, the director and the execs can look at footage shot at any given day and just keep up to date with how the film's progressing. So they're looking at some dailies while they're shooting the film. And one, as the rumors go, Warner Brothers executive said, the bulge in this guy's pants is a little bit too noticeable. And they went about the process then of saying, go into post and digitally reduce the size of his bulge. Mm-hmm. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't need to lay this out for you. So digitally reduce the size of the bulge. So me and the guys on this other movie show I used to do, we started laughing. Ha, ha, ha. It's like, wow, you got to feel good about yourself when a studio says they got to reduce the size of your package. And then we started joking, well, I guess you could say that Brandon Routh is the total package. That man, and then so that evolved, right? And so when we said that Brandon Routh was the total package, that's like the height of greatness, right? So then we developed a whole new way of rating movies. So for years, we didn't rate movies 1 to 10. We had a rating system on the movie blog that we called No, which is no, don't go see it. Go, yeah, go see it, you might like it. And Routh, which meant this movie is the total package. Wow. So that was our rating system. No, go, or Routh. So for, such and such, so for Fast and Furious 2, we give this one out of a no-go, and Routh, we give it a no, or whatever. And if you gave it a Routh, that was the total package. So there was a totally pointless story. Anyway, Schnepp,
entertaining.
Is there a way, could you bring Brandon Routh back into a DC universe?
Only as a character called the Total Package. And actually, a friend of mine worked on the Superman Returns thing, and I believe that rumor is true. So I honestly, I don't think there's a way to bring Brandon Routh back. I mean, it would just be really strange to have him play the Flash, and then Ryan Reynolds is playing, Martian Manhunter. Everyone swaps around. It would just be. I think he did his job as Superman, and look how many Supermans there's been.
Yeah.
There's been like 10 or 15 different people playing the character Superman since he was created 75 years ago, and there's going to be more. So that's just how it is. So I mean, he was cast as Superman. He played it. Now he's moving on. He's going to play other characters. Sorry. He's not going to be a DC character. No, that's my guess.
I agree, and I don't think they should. As much as I love him, I hope he gets other opportunities. But, he's been a character now in the DC universe. Let's move on from that. Well, folks, listen, that'll do it for us. Thank you so much for joining us today for this episode of AMC Movie Talk. Listen, while I've got you, before you do anything else, if you haven't done so already, take a second and click on that subscribe button. Become a subscriber to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It'll keep you up to date on everything going on in the world of movie news, and of course our daily AMC Movie Talk show and our weekend AMC Mailbag show. Now, as I announced on Friday, there was no AMC Mailbag this past weekend because of some technical issues that we had, but don't worry, they will be back again this coming weekend. Make sure you follow us on Facebook. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. If you want an audio-only version of this episode, look in the description of this video and you'll find links to our iTunes and our Stitcher Radio. And once again, go on out to AMC theaters this weekend. See films like The Family or Insidious Chapter 2 or a lot of other great films playing there right now. Go to www.amctheaters.com for your theater, showtime, and movie ticket information. I want to thank, as always, the lovely Chris Lee Kennedy. Chris Lee, where can people find you online?
You guys can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Chris Lee, and like my Facebook page.
The director of the upcoming film The Death of Superman Lives, What Happened, whose trailer is now online, by the way.
Check it out.
Check it out. We'll put a link to it in the show notes. Mr. Jon Schnepp. Schnepp, where can people find you online?
You can find me at Twitter and Instagram, Jon Schnepp. Just check it out, and go see Riddick. Don't let it go out of the theater before you see it. It's a really fun action film. So.
And you can find me on Twitter at John Campia, and you can find me on Facebook at John Campia AMC. So make sure you follow me there. Thanks a lot again for joining us, guys. My name is John Campia for AMC Movie News, and until next time, bye-bye.
If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to AMC Movie News on YouTube. It's free and a great way to stay updated with all the latest movie news and check out our daily show, AMC Movie Talk. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter to stay in the loop for our special prizes, giveaways, and contests.